Hello guys, it's me Karthik. Hope you guys are doing really good. So in our previous video, we have seen how we can apply the get call with the help of the RestClient. Now we have this post call called add student and we can add the student information. Okay, let me do something like Ravi with the same details. Now you could see we got added with the we got the ID as well. So this is our endpoint, and to this endpoint we are going to apply the post call using the REST client, and we will see how we can get the results. So let's get into the video directly here. I have created the project in my previous video. Hope you guys have understood here. Let me show you high level. I am creating a REST client bean object here, and if you observe here, this is going to be my base URL. So I have added the base URL directly here, and directly there I have added it. And when as part of the URI here, I am using the endpoint, this URI. Okay, so in the similar lines we are going to proceed now as well. So I have public, let me keep void as of now, add students. Okay, now we need to add student information, something like this, isn't it? Okay, name, address, hobby, and all those details, right? So for that you need to create a bean, and that bean you can pass it on. Luckily I have bean already with me, so I can directly use it here. Okay, so this is my student info. So let me keep students info, let me keep it as student info. Okay, now you need to import your REST client. That is done. Now REST client dot, you do post here, then you do URI. Okay, what is the URI? The base URI I have already taken, so I can simply copy the second half of it and paste it here. Okay, then this is important guys, body, and this is a body. What is a body? This is a body that I am going to pass, because here this entire thing is nothing but my request body, right? So that I am passing here. Okay, then you need to retrieve it. That means I am hitting that API. Cool. Once I hit, what I am getting? I am getting the student object completely, which is nothing but my input only. So directly I can do, once you hit here, you have 2 or 3 options guys. If you do here, when your post call is not returning anything, you can use something called bodiless entity, or else you have 2 options in the entity. If it is directly converting into the class type, you can do that. If it is parameterized type, you can do in this way. So let me use this class type here. Okay, so what is a class type? It is getting converted here. If you see, class type we need to pass, right? So this is nothing but my student info class only, but type should be class type, right? So I need to pass something like this. Okay, now if you get inside of this, it is returning me response entity. Okay, this is important. Okay, so this response entity class, right? So let me introduce a local variable. You could see here it is directly given response entity, something like student entity. I can take, right? Cool, nice. Now here what I can do is, once we have student entity, let me add logger to it with the help of this log, so that I can log other things. Okay, so log dot info, something like status code. Let me log it somewhere here. So student entity, that is my response entity, right? Dot get status code. This is of HTTP status code. Here get, not get, that is nothing but the value, this one. Okay, this is a value. Cool. Now this is student entity is nothing but our response entity type, right? So student entity dot get body is nothing but my response entity, sorry, of nothing but student info only, right? So student info, student something like, let me keep info here. Okay, this student info, let's return back to the controller so that I can show it onto the API end, with response. I can show it as a API response. Okay, this is done. Now we don't have the controller, so let's create a controller. Here, since we are passing the data, it's recommended to use post mapping. Value is equal to, let's say, like add student data and public. As of now, let's keep it as void. Later we'll change student. Here this should be in my request body of what, student info, so that I am student info. Okay, and I have already have the service in my controller so that I can use it, add students, and I have the students info, right? So this is nothing but, if I introduce a local variable here, it is nothing but student info. So let's change the void type into student info type, and student info1 object got created. Okay, this is good, but this is not a recommended practice, so simply you can do like this. Okay, if you see our alarm, this sonar issue is also resolved with this. Cool, right? Now, anything else I need to do? No need to do here. So the body I am passing here and retrieve, and I am retrieving into this. Okay, now let's restart our server and try to hit that endpoint, and let's see whether we are able to add the student information with the help of the post call here, right? So I hope until now you guys are following, because post the body is very important, right? That's what we are doing. And the port is 9013. Okay, okay, 9013 is a port. Then what about my controller? Controller is add student data. So 9013 is a port, and add student data. This is a post call, and body, let's prepare the body. Okay, so the body should be according to the previous. So let me copy paste it here and change this to JSON, and let me add name as Mahesh, and his address, let me keep it as Telangana. And yeah, I think be as swimming and dancing. Okay, yeah, I think we are good to go. Now you could see it got added and we got the response properly. Yep, this is how you can use the post call, post in the REST client. That's all from this tutorial, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. It's me, Karthik, signing.